Mm. Hi guys, how are you? I'm late, right? What's up, y'all? All the Christmas festivities, how you been? What you been up to, my people then? You guys, I have not been too active online. Oh my god. Been a little crazy busy, but it's always good when a year ending gets busy, right? It's like how do you put it? It's kind of like a foreshadowing of what's going to happen in the new year. But you're welcome. Y'all been rolling with me from the beginning. The year's about to end. Oh, chat. It's about to end. It's about to end. There's so much, you guys. So grateful for life. Grateful for you guys. It's been such a year. You know what? This year, I can't really say the year was bad, and I can't say the year was the best. I can't really say, okay, it was an okay year. I really don't know how to categorize 2025. My husband said it was a trying year. But in my word, it was a year that God fulfilled his promises so much. Like, I don't think I don't think as a Christian, I don't think, maybe I'm underestimating, I don't think any year has challenged my faith than this year, if I'm being really honest. I don't think, yeah, I don't think any year has challenged um my faith than this year. Yeah, yeah. So 2025 it definitely is in the book. I know we say this all the time, 2025. But I'm being honest, for me and my family, I think this year was definitely where I had to find. I always say I believe in God. I believe in the, you know, Christianity, like the Bible and things like that. And I thought I was really strong, but I think this year really, really got me to start thinking about my faith and how strong am I? And y'all, I'm telling y'all, I've been through some really interesting things in my life. And before this year, summer, before before 2025 summer, I would have told you I've been through a lot of heavy things in my life but God has been faithful. But this year, I think it was a different type of test for my faith. And I'm super grateful. I mean, I'm not grateful for whatever it is that happened, but I'm grateful because the resilience and the fight that's in me, I really got to see it. But anyways, welcome to the show. I'm so sorry I'm late. You guys, y'all always know I'm a mama's first, wifey first. Have so much to handle. Had to keep these kids in bed. Because if my kids are not in bed and I'm on this thing, you're not going to get my undivided attention. So I always try to make sure they are in bed before I can come on here. Shout out to your Happy New Year in advance. Some of you guys are probably close to New Year's already. Y'all, my throat, my voice, I'm fine. I don't have a cold, but it seems like this year I started getting hoarse and it seems like that's going to be my voice now. But um, Merry Christmas, Emmanuel. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. How are you? Long time. How's your family? How's life, you guys? I want to say Merry Christmas. Thank you guys. Happy New Year's in advance. We are all going to cross over. I proclaim life over this platform, and anybody that is in contact with this platform or in any shape of way that is in contact with whoever that is in contact with this platform, you are blessed, you're protected, you're covered, and you will cross over in Jesus' name. So welcome to the show, you guys. I know this year we started our oh Lord, what is it called? Bible trivia. You guys, I didn't forget. I didn't forget. But so much happened that I just couldn't visit that. But we're definitely gonna be rolling back. I pray, I've been praying about it. I know that's a form of um thing of I like doing it. I like doing it. So that's something that I'm praying that God will restore back to this platform, that we will definitely come back. Amen, Darrell. How are you? Hey, Darrell, I forgot your birthday was in October, right? I, I am a bad person. Don't listen to me. But yeah, I covered everybody. We're all going to cross over. And next year, my plan is that we will resume doing our giveaway. I mean, I kind of call it a giveaway, but the Bible trivia, I think it was a really nice, unique part of this show that I really enjoyed, and I want to bring it back. Something I just been kind of like thinking, when a year's about to end, you got to start reflecting. I started reflecting probably about my personal life, um, about I think second week in December. That's when so around the residents okay, I have learned about forgiveness. That's good. 2025 have done something great. I'm so proud of you. Keep it up. You guys. Darrell, we didn't even meet it. We were supposed to hang out this year. Oh God. But anyways, God will give us long life. We will catch up. It's been a long time. I don't know how long. Is it since 2015 or 16? I have not seen you, Darrell. It's been a long time. Oh my God. But anyways, I'm still here and I'm living in Silver Spring. You're living in Silver Spring. This is crazy. Crazy things. But we'll catch up. We'll catch up. We'll catch up. But yeah, you guys, so Bible trivia is something that I want to restore. And I've been kind of like just reflecting. You guys, we've hit 100. Oh yeah, we did. I forgot. Did we? Yeah, we did. We did. We did. But that was coincidental. Like that was not planned. I'm talking about like a planned meetup. All right, you guys. So those are things that I want us to bring back to the platform. I think it really helped. I also want to talk to our new followers. Some of you guys follow. I got a few DMs that people were talking about. I think there was like 5 people that DM'd me. Something, you know what? Something I want to do next year. I'm probably gonna do a show where we just read DMs. So be careful what you're DMing me. Be careful what you're sending me. We're going to put it up here and we'll read it together. He said, "It's okay. It's okay, Darrell." So a few people that are new. I'm not sure. I'm assuming they're new. Um, no, Dora, I can't read our DM. Whatever. I'm talking about people who comment about this platform, this show, and things like that. We will read DMs. So I just want to make it clear that this platform, my roots are in Christianity, and everything and anything. So I don't put you on blast. I'll put you on blast. I said, don't read my DM. No, not you. There's some people who insult me. Okay, those are people who don't understand what I'm doing here. Those are people who I don't think they really read the headlines. Um, I want you guys to be aware, as much as I appreciate the follow and the support from everyone, but this platform is definitely rooted in Christianity. That does not mean I don't talk about a topic that is not, that is, how do I word it? That does not mean I will only cover topics that are religiously or Christian based. I want to make that clear. I will be covering, and I think we have covered everything. But my response, and most of the people are like co-hosts. Let me not say most of the people. Everybody that you see on this show are rooted in Christianity, and everybody's at their own different pace or chapter of their Christianity. Um, I respect everybody's religion, and I respect everybody's point of view. That's why if you're not aware, this platform, that was 2024. I saw Durrell. Whatever. 2024 6 is the year. But if you have not been paying attention to things, um, everything that is covered on here will be, and everybody that's on here, their opinion would be based on their belief systems. Muslims, you're welcome. Um, the Buddhism, is that what it's called? You're welcome, or any type of denomination is welcome. I think that's what makes the world a unique place because we all believe in different things, but we all um, respect each other. And I mean, um, I'm not a Muslim, but I've read the Quran. And why did I do that? Because I have friends that are Muslim, and I want to relate to them when we're having certain discussion. And honestly, there are things that are similar to the scripture. So I respect all of that. And I expect everybody to respect my point of view too, to respect my belief system, not because um, my response to certain things are controversial, does not mean that I don't respect your belief system, if that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. But anyways, tonight we're talking about welcome to the show. I know by now everybody after Christmas, you guys, tree went down. I am totally ready for 2026 because I know by the grace of God, there's a lot of things that I'm diving into, and you guys are going to learn about a lot of the things that I've been working on this year that are coming to fruition this year. I have a lot of partnership next year that you guys are going to hear about. I also told you guys about, I don't know when yet, but I do intend on drafting my first book. That is in the work, but I'm hoping and I really wanted to be released in 2026. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that one. Collaboration. I'm collaborating with a lot of few people, and I'm already part of a few organizations. But my goal is I want to join few, and I'm also for this platform. I'm also going to be bringing on someone that is in Liberia. I call him my son. He's gonna. I'm gonna. I don't know. I told you guys to find me someone in Liberia that can help me run my page and things like that, promote it and be my marketing person. Like just get the crowd. So, oh geez, you guys, I've been running my mouth. I did not share the link with you guys. Let me share in the comment section. You're welcome. You guys are welcome to join me. But tonight's show is just, we're just gonna chit chat. We're just going to chit chat. I run my mouth, and you can tell me if I'm talking too much. Oh man, I intended on You guys, I forgot to share the I forgot to share the link. Everybody in the group chat is like chopping me up. I forgot to share the link. Oh my god. Y'all forgive me. But yeah, tonight we're talking about Richard. Richard is gonna kill me. Richard probably like, is it how we're gonna do it in 2020?
No comments. That's all I can say. No comments.
Yes, right. I have a son in Liberia. I adopted a son in Liberia, and he's gonna help me to run to do some of my marketing stuff on here. He's very familiar with Facebook and all that. So I think it would be great to have someone that's in Liberia that can help me when I'm, because, recently, if you guys noticed, the more I was online doing all these craziness, the more I was getting like followers and people were viewing the page. Our view grew. Now that I got a little busy and haven't really been consistent, it's really dropping. So the goal is 2026. We're gonna have but yeah, welcome to the show, Richmond. I apologize, you guys. I was already late and then I just started ranting. I thought when I came in and told and responded, I thought I put the link, but apparently I did not. So I apologize to you guys. Welcome to the show, Anna. We've been playing phone tag.
Thank you.
So tonight, you guys, sorry. Trying to pin the link in Facebook. So something I want you guys to change, and not my people's on here. Oh, it's a full house. The year is definitely ending. Welcome, our co-host.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Where you at? let me be nosy.
At home, I'm home.
Oh, okay. So let me be nosy a little bit. But yeah, welcome everybody. Tonight we're talking about New Year shenanigans. New Year's. So I don't know what's going on with my voice, but every day I keep getting hoarse. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I'll survive. But yeah, welcome. Tonight we're talking about you guys. I gotta go look at the topic. Should your reset or resolution start with an individual plan or family plan? We all know when the year starts, every January, you guys, everybody will say, "This is my year," and I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I've done it. But I'm definitely gonna tell you guys, I don't think I did it last year or this year when this year started. Um, but I don't even think it's a bad thing either. I think it's good. But we're gonna dive into that more. What happens? We'll say, "This is my year. The Lord is gonna move in my life." Um, but what happens when your personal goals clashes with your family's goals and their needs? Is it the right thing? Like, how do you guys navigate that? So tonight I want us to discuss the purpose of a New Year reset. This will be our talking point. Why should we have a reset? I really think everybody should have a reset or a resolution. I think everybody should sit and put their life in perspective. That is my opinion. I'm just saying. I just think people, you can't, it's kind of like looking at your financial plan. Again, I'm not a financial person, but I'm glad our co-host is on here. That is his expertise. So whatever I say, if it's not right, he'll correct me. It's kind of like you look at your financial, your overall expenditure, like your family, the income, your debt to income ratio, like what are you spending, what's coming in and out. Last night I started, you guys, I think on here, if I can share, some of you guys who have been with us a little while, I don't think I shared with you guys that I stepped away from my role to really focus on family for the past few months, and now I'm back to working. But that is a whole different change. But anyways, um, so I'm working overnight now, but I'm off on the weekend. Yippee. So, but me and my team, I have a lead that helped me with the department, but for that particular shift. But anyways, we were having a conversation, and he is oversharing few things about his life. And then in that conversation, he talks about how he's really happy that he need another young person that had a relation, that is married, and he's hopeful because he feels like this generation there is no hope for real sustainable marriage. And he was really happy to know that, like, oh wow, there's someone who's young and around my age, they're doing great, and then they've been married this long. So he's like, okay, there is hope. But then he shared that there's a young lady that he was dating, and she was living way beyond her means, and they had to break up. So pretty much he said she makes she doesn't make enough money, but she uses all her income to order, like, refurnish her apartment to look like, rich people place, right? And when he saw one of the bills, they don't live together, but he said when he saw one of the paper, he kind of just glanced over it. This girl had a $10,000 worth of furniture for a little studio apartment, and she was making payment plan on it. And he said when he said this year, he just thought about it when he got into December, was like, okay, well, if I'm gonna be with someone, if she's doing this now, what am I gonna expect if we, get married? So he decided to break up the relationship. The reason I'm sharing is because a lot of people just feel like, without making any changes, they say these things and they expect different results. So tonight I want us to jump into it with our super expert of these conversation. I'm glad that we're here. We can share a thing or two. So I'm asking our audience, please share this show, invite your friends. Let's have a really good conversation, because the next time you see us will be tomorrow. After that, you will be seeing us in 2026 by the grace of God. So let's make this show a very, very productive one and engaging, and share and invite everybody. So let's jump into it, you guys.
Good
Welcome to
job,
the
baby.
show. Welcome, welcome.
Hi,
Everybody say
guys.
hi. Say hi to the peoples.
Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Thank you, guys, once again for always listening and supporting the show. I think this topic is a great topic, especially given the timing, the time where we are in the year. We're close to ending a new year, and sometimes, yes, give me a second, please. And it's a great time for people to start thinking about what they intend to do next year. And I found this topic very strong, and it's a very thoughtful topic. I think the reason why I think it's strong and thoughtful is because I think it gives people the opportunity to reflect, have meaningful conversations within their relationships, and also reflect on their personal lives and see what they can do better in the next coming year. And I think that this topic is not only powerful, it is also very relatable. Like everyone has something in their lives that they think is not going well, or they think is going well and want to improve. You know, Also, it gives people the opportunity to challenge themselves, look at things that they're doing and want to do even better. It also encourages couples to become aligned, like they can look at what's currently happening and then kind of align themselves to work towards a common goal, right? Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Sorry. I thought maybe the babies kind of turned off the phone. Um, Another thing that I think for this topic that kind of came into my mind when we talk about New Year resolutions, I think it's very important for people to have an individual plan as a like a beginning phase, and then also sit down and see, like, look at every aspect of their lives, including their health, including like healing, including like their self-awareness, looking at how their life is going, whether it be emotionally, physically, financially. They need to look at all of those things and figure out where their strengths were and where their weaknesses were and how they can do to get better for the next year. I also think that it's important for people to look at, like when they're looking at family, from the family perspective, they look at, okay, we've looked at our individual goals. How can this, um, I guess, be shared? How can this goal help growth or make the betterment of the family unit, you know? So I think this would include like eating habits, like faith, wellness, routines, like those type of shared visions, like, because for me, for example, this year in my family, our shared vision of 2025 was, can you stop? Let me finish. Our shared vision was health and wellness, right? This year, it gave me the opportunity to lose a whole lot of weight, and I also helped my spouse to lose some weight because we were like, we're eating what we like, but at the same time, it's not helping our health. So we had to work on changing something about our health, which included losing weight. So I think that when you're looking at a resolution, you need to assess accessible goals that you'll be able to achieve, even if it's small. Have you guys noticed that every year after January 1st, people post online they're going to the gym, and then after like maybe 1 month they stop going, and then you don't hear or post, you don't see anything about their postings? It's because they tend to try to overachieve on the first day. I think that people need to learn that New Year resolutions include baby steps. So you don't just necessarily rush into like trying to do everything in one day. I think giving yourself some time, giving yourself a process, a vision, and a clear plan on how to accomplish it. Oh, I'm talking so much, right?
No,
um,
no, go ahead.
um, Yeah, so I think that those are some of the things that I wanted to add to this particular topic, and then just to close out, like making sure that whatever goal that you're choosing, it should be able to align with your family unit. So whether it's personal, you should also look for a way to have a goal or a resolution that helps the betterment of your family unit. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Oh, we lost entry there. Maybe he'll be back. Thank you so much for sharing that. I absolutely agree with you. Let's hear from Richard. Like, say hi to the people. Give your,
Good evening,
what do you
everyone.
think about the topic?
Good evening, everyone. Well, like I always start, disclaimer, whatever I say is my opinion. Some of it might be wonderful advice for you, some of it you might not like, but it is my personal opinion. Anyway, in regards to this topic, it's an awesome topic, and my amazing co-podcast personnel, Miss Anna, has practically said so many things in it. Well, at the end of the day, we'll see how the show goes. It's going to
Oh,
be an amazing show, and I wish you all the best. That's my take.
Thank you, thank you. Let's hear from our one and only co-host. You guys, I know y'all miss him. Next year, before he even come in, I'm working on plugging in. When somebody come out where you clap for them. Yeah, I have the sound here. I've been so lazy to set it up. I am working on it. I'm gonna set it up so it connect. As soon anybody who's been here longer, don't be here. We're gonna ring the bell for them. Bum, bum, bum.
One good thing I know you will not get me. So if you're trying to set a trap for me, I can assure you, there's a promise you will not get me. I will get you. You will not get me. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Again, it's another beautiful day to be here again today. As together we all can discuss issue of concern. Like we usually said, we are not experts on this topic, and we bring our opinion, our personal views that will help to guide other people, you know, help and guide other people in similar situation. And so yeah, it was very nice, seeing you guys here, Richard, Anna, and the rest of the crew. It has been a beautiful time of the year, 2025. We looking forward to a more fruitful, committed year in 2026. However, before we delve into the topic, that's what I did for yesterday. Yeah, I woke up with my eyes keep running up to now. It keep running. It's teary, so it may tear. So sometimes, normally when I'm home, when I'm in my house, I don't keep glasses on my face. But since the eyes start to hurt, each water running from it, and just waiting money to go see the doctor and make an appointment to see if I can get a doctor to look at and see what they can prescribe something better for me. I didn't just want to do anything. So that's the reason when I'm home, I normally don't wear glasses, but since they have been wearing glasses throughout. So permit me, my background will be a little bit dark because I want to color the light. So it's giving me too much reflection. So, but however, at least you can see me regardless of the little light. So we move. Resolution. Whether or not that you start with an individual or family plan. The point here is you. Why are we having resolution if we might or we will not live by those resolutions? Because whether or not you started with an individual plan or you started with a family plan, why will you carry on a resolution that you will not live up with it? And so for me, the first thing in my mind is if you want to have a resolution, that resolution should be, first of all, plan according to God's will. Should be planned according to God's will. Plan, seek God's face, and put everything. And your resolution should not just be at the end of the year. Your resolution should always begin at the beginning of the year, and then as you going forward, and be doing a self audit. Where did I start and where did I stop? Where do I want to go next? But to answer the question, for me, if you want to start a resolution at the end of the year, you want to come on a resolution to carry into the 2026 or the following year, I think the best thing you should do, normally for me, you got to start with an individual plan. You because the body, like everybody has their own objective, their own things they want to do. But your individual plan, for instance, man, you are the head of the home. So you start your plan where you audit yourself first, life audit first. What did I say I was going to do last year and I didn't do? What did I say I was to do this time and I didn't do? What did I say I was going to do and I did? So all those things, when you consider all those things and they come together, then you come with a new plan. I didn't achieve this one. Probably I achieved 50% of it. Can I work for the bottom 50% going into 2026? Then when you have all of those things at your of the back of your mind and you get it clear at the back of your mind, say these are what I want to do. What I didn't do, I will continue it this way. Then your individual plan can fit into the family plan. You the man in the house. You are the man in the house. For instance, you say, well, I have one job. I need to get two jobs to sustain my family beyond what I did 2025. So if you yourself you don't have that individual plan first, how can you have a family plan? So firstly, as an individual, carve your individual plan and then take that your individual plan is as part of your springboards. And then you carry it to the family. Look, family, this is what I have as a plan for myself. What do we have as a family? Let's come together. Madam bring her own, kids bring their own. They put it together and drive towards a successful goal. But you cannot just jump into a family plan if you, as a head of the home, as an individual, you don't have your individual plan, what you want to achieve and what you didn't achieve. In the absence of that, your entire plan resolution for your family, will be toxic turvy. My English teacher used to say, it will shatter. It will be toxic turvy. There will be issue that will not be resolved, and because of that, it might lead to serious commotion in the home. I beg to stop there for now and listen to my co-panelists as we go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. I was thinking of the same thing, but I was looking at it from a different perspective. But now that the way you lay out about, having an individual plan, I always, believe and think that everybody should always have a personal goal. Because if you don't have a personal goal, how are you going to accomplish a family goal? I think most personal goal, once they align with your partner, their personal goal, because you want to grow. As you grow, that's how you support your family. Other things you're interested in. I know this year, 2025, I had, it was kind of like last minute last year. Um, we took a little family trip before the year could end. That was like us resetting, just reflecting. And we're talking about, things that we want to do. And then as those conversations were happening, I started thinking in my head, okay, well, these are things we want to do. And this is what I can do personally that will help our family. So I was like, okay, maybe I need to go and complete my master's. And as first, I thought it would be crazy because the role I have, and then having two kids and things like that. I was like, how am I even going to do that? Would I ever sleep? But I'm so proud of myself that I actually took that step to do it. And now, like, I think a program that's supposed to take exactly 2 years, I'm going to be done with it within a year and a half, which to me, I pat myself on the back because it was a lot happening this year and I still pushed through. So I definitely believe that having those personal goals is definitely important. And, it's at the end of the day is definitely going to help my family in so many ways that I'm looking at. So I agree with you. I think people should always have personal goals and you should always grow every year. If your partner is someone who's not growing, you should be able to, guide them through to figure out what exactly their interests are or what are they good at for them to be able to grow. Because it just look bad when you're in a relationship and you're the only one just excelling while the other person is like, just like there. I think that's the bread and butter of every relationship. So I want us to go into this talking point to kind of guide this conversation a little bit in a way where everybody can contribute. First, I just want us to go around the table, maybe take like 2 minutes each. Why do you guys think we as human, we crave fresh start? Because when we were growing up, our goal was we already told our parents who we wanted to become, what we wanted to become. And then we've gotten those life. Some of us, got what it is we pray for, wanted. And then, but every year, um, even rich people every year, they have their own resolution on what they want. So I just wanted to tap into our heads a little bit. Why do you think we as human beings, why do we crave these reset button and changes in our lives? Why? You can start. I'm gonna grab water real quick, guys.
Well, for me, I do believe we crave it because it is in our conscious mind. We need a reset because a lot of times, if you don't take the time to pause, look, reset, you end up going astray. It's just like an educational point. If you were to be doing your education, you were to be taking an exam, and you mess up on it, what do you end up doing? You're not just going to keep on trying to push in the same direction that you made the error in. You're going to stop. You're going to try to rethink about it and then figure out another strategy. The same thing goes in life when it comes to the New Year's resolution. You say you're going to do something this year. You put in the effort, at least you try to put in the effort, but in the process, procrastination also kicks in, which hinders us from being able to chase that dream that we really want, or there might be something else that comes up that hinders you from still being aligned in that same direction that you wanted. So that reset causes you to basically stop because you've already hit a roadblock. You've hit that point. So now you're going to stop. You're going to try to rethink and then figure out, okay, this strategy did not work. Now, moving forward, what else do I need to do? What direction do I need to go? So that reset is going to help you know that, okay, I need to now figure out another way to resolve this problem, to be able to challenge myself to get to this next one. It's just equivalent to challenging, because if you don't challenge yourself and you keep on going, it's just like someone that pretty much has been doing something for a long time. If you continuously go in that same pattern that you're going, there are going to be other people that will come and surpass you. So you got to now challenge yourself. That is pretty much equivalent to reset. You're going to challenge yourself to figure out, what else do I need to do to keep on growing in life? And that's how it helps. So that reset is more of a assistant to help you figure out the next phase in life, or to figure out where did I mess up from that I need to fix moving forward that will help me achieve that goal. Because everything is pretty much like a pattern. It's like a puzzle piece that has to fit. If the piece doesn't fit, then it's not going to work. You won't be able to find the ultimate image. So that's
Awesome.
what.
Wow. Very well put. I think you really knew why I asked this question, because I feel like a lot of people, like, I've heard people say, I don't get it. Why people make these things? Just live life. So I think a lot of people need to understand why this is so important for you to reset and reflect. And I think you did an amazing job, like just laying it out. I don't know if anybody else have anything to add to that. Anna, do you have anything to add to it, Andrew? I don't have anything else to add. I think you really like left no crumbs.
I agree with what Richmond said. I
Mhm.
also want to say that there's something they say. There's a saying they say. The only thing in life that is constant is change, right?
Yeah.
And uh, without change, we will be stagnant. And the reason why us as human we always want to have that reset button is because there's a need for that change. We find ourselves not being satisfied and we want better for ourselves, we want better for our family. And I think that having a reset or a resolution gives us that pause or that reset click that helps us hit that reset button for us to be able to look at what's going on, assess the current situation, and brainstorm different ways to want to get better. Like life is busy sometimes, and you every day you wake up, you're looking at one goal at a time. You're looking at, okay, let me let me go to work, make some money to pay for the bills. That's the current thing that's going on in our heads, right? But when we have a resolution, we actually sit down and have a deep moment to properly reflect, to have a deep thought about how things have gone on for a long time and what we can do to be better, and not just necessarily looking at the now and the short term goal, but looking at the long term goal. So that's what I would say. And I think that it's important for us to have that reset button because it gives us time to really see where we are at with our previous plans or our goal in general. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you. I agree. Um, Andrew, do you want to add anything to that? Like, why is it important for us to create this reset or change in our life as human beings? Why? Why do we crave a fresh start?
Like everyone has said, like it is important that we crave for it. In that, during in fact during my opening statement, I made mention about self audit.
Right.
You know, you you look back from where you were and reviewing those things you anticipated doing and you didn't do, and the one you anticipated doing and you did. So you draw a line between what you hoped to achieve and what you did not achieve. So when you draw the line, then the issue of the reset come about. Where am I going? Am I taking them along with me? Should I set a more realistic goal going forward? Because remember, when you are resetting your life plans and whatever, everything you set must be realistic.
Yeah.
Some way come to the management point of view, they say, they call it is smart analysis.
Hmm.
You know,
Oh yeah,
so
the disc.
everything you set, yeah, everything should be based on a smartness. So if you set your goals and they are not realistic, they are not achievable, they don't have they are not time bound, then you have an issue. And that's the reason why you have to come back to your senses and say, hey, I set this one last year, but I didn't do it. What were the hurdles? So you craving to go in, and Anna will say, well, we crave for it because everybody wants the best for their family and for themselves. So because they want those things for themselves and their family, they got to be sure that those things they talked about, anticipated doing, are done in a right and proper manner. Because if you don't do it, then there's nothing for you to talk about.
Right.
That's why we crave for it, because everybody wants something better for themselves. You don't want to you don't want to sit in the same position all of the time. You don't want to sit in the same position. They say, like an artist, they say that life is not static, it is dynamic. That means
Mhm.
it's emotion is going. It is not like how they call it energy. The science people will tell kinetic and potential energy. You know, one of the energy are rest. I think kinetic is arrest and potential is an energy that emotion. Something one of them you can help me with that. But I remember when I was growing up talking about kinetic, but one of the energies are
Yeah,
and one is emotion. So that's how life looking. Life is emotion, and you have to be sure you be emotion and continue. But you got to review what you did and continue to go.
I agree. Thank you guys so much for that. I was trying to look at it. I don't even remember what the difference between kinetic and potential energy. Now you got me thinking. Um, but yeah, it's definitely kinetic is the one emotion, and potential is the one where it's stoic. It's kind of like there. I just want to go back and look at it. I was like, wait, do I remember I think that was in fifth grade, fifth or sixth grade. I'm not sure. But yeah, absolutely. I agree. So I asked that section so people can understand why it's important, why the purpose of New Year reset is so important. So we've already knocked that out. We're gonna go to the next one. The case for I kind of put this together, case for an individual plan. I know Andrew and have already said something about, individual plan, how is that lining with I'm trying to see how I can put this other question with you there. Okay. So the other one, and I know you guys really gave some good ideas on this, but I think in most of our community, um, if I'm wrong, you guys got me through, but I feel like I've been around so many, maybe now for the millennia or the Gen Z, um, Africans, I feel like we are more like aware. And I apologize. I'm not trying to put any other, down. But I think in most cases, for the older women, what I've noticed is that yes, the man is the leader of the household, and the woman is the helpmaid. But what I've noticed is that the men in most African homes, and you guys are maybe my outlook might not be accurate, but for what I've seen is that in most African households, there's like two different plans that are happening. You hear a woman saying, "Oh, I want to build my house," and then the guy's doing something else, or like it's just I find that's why people are not really transparent with each other, and it's mind-boggling for me because I'm always like, okay, you trust somebody with your body, but you don't trust them with like money or item, and you're not figuring out a way how to figure out how to have these things settled to talk about that. But the question is, can you truly show up for your family if you don't know who you are becoming? Do you think people, because all you hear, it's not about me, I'm just doing it for my family. Do you think those are connected, or people can literally just focus on family and not have that individual, where there's a concern of can you show up if you don't have your own personal identity?
I don't think you can really, well, even though, because I know I'm a victim of that, a lot of times I tend to put my family before myself because I always think about it, but maybe that's just a normal trigger that's occurred in my head after having kids. It's like my priorities changed. So it's more of every priority for me has to be kids first before myself. But in the normal sense, it's supposed to be you still looking out for yourself first. Because whether you like it or not, you're very important. And if you're not good, the family is not going to be good. So it's something that we do, but it's something that we also need to change our mindsets from there and stop using that, because that's technically just an excuse. Saying it's not about me, it's about my family. No, that's just excuse to basically try to run away from doing it. So that way, when something goes wrong in the future now, we would then be blaming them, saying we've been doing everything for you and not considering ourselves. That is not their fault. So we just need to get ourselves of that mindset and think about it. It is us first, and then we'll now think about the family.
True. You know, Richmond, I have a question for you. Actually, as you were speaking, my mind was going implicit, and I cannot avoid this question based on we always talk about relationship here, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
do you think part of this, you know, and I think you said it really well, and I really I second you on that because I think this year I really because I've had the time to really sit back and see things. I've been on a go, go, go. And I felt like this year was actually one of those years that I really got to see things in different perspective. Um, think about myself for a little bit and then see where I'm lacking on myself. So I'm just thinking in my head, and I know there's a lot of divorces that happen and things like that. Do you think when we do this thing as human being or parents, when we say it's not about me, it's about, you know, the family, and I'm guilty of that pretty much. Like I feel like I abandoned myself and things, my own will and things that I want to do. Do you think when these happen and people when relationship comes to an end, do you think that's where that bitterness comes from when people start thinking, well, I neglected myself and only put the family. And now, look where I'm at. I have to pick up my own pieces. And I just want people to know that, like you said, you are very important. And I'm very important to the relationship. But I don't know. I don't think people think about what if I'm not here? How would these family sustain themselves? You know, like in the sense where um would I be prioritized? I don't know if I'm asking it right.
No, you're fine. So yeah, pretty much Anna can attest to this because I was literally like I had literally presented a divorce to my wife. That was last month.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny part was
Please
I
tell me it's canceled. Did your
well, I ended up withdrawing it. I just withdrew it
okay.
a few days ago. But that
Not
was
sure.
an extremely heated conversation because like I said, I was always saying it was more about the kids. So I was always putting the kids first, that I was not caring for myself. And that led to me having chest problems, having multiple heart palpitations, having headache, having asthma, up to the extent that one of the arguments literally led to me passing out on the side of the road. And
Oh,
that kind of became like the reset for me because even though Anna had warned me several times and others had warned me several times that, hey, consider yourself, you're very important. Your health is very important. The family will survive. I
right.
didn't want to listen because I thought, as a man of the house, as a father, as a husband, my responsibility is supposed to be put them first and then you will become second. But it took me having to go through that health crisis for me to finally realize that I need to put myself first. Because whether you like it or not, you might be thinking that that spouse cares about you. No, she's taking care of her own self, and you
Yeah.
better take care of yourself because if you pass away now, if you die, they will still continue surviving.
Yeah.
And that is the mindset that I did not have at that time. 2025 was pretty much my worst year. Even my wife too. says it that it was we saw the ugly and then we even saw the nasty on top because everything was upside down. Finance was upside down, communication was down the drain. Health wise, I was always running to the doctor. I even had to have ambulance take me to the hospital. I've been on so many various medications. Even next week now, I still have to go for follow up. These are all health crises that I usually don't have. I used to be very, very healthy. But because I neglected myself and I was more focused on family, 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 I was going down the drain. Family was there enjoying themselves. They were eating the best food possible. Me, I was there starving myself. That some days I will not even eat for the entire day because I was there hustling, working 3 different jobs. And on top of that, I was still adding Amazon Flex on top of my own head again, just because I was trying to make money. But guess what? Where is that money now? I made over $250,000, but yet 1 penny I don't even see. Instead, I'm owing the bank. Why? Because I was pretty much trying to do beyond myself, and all that money that I thought I was working for, I was pretty much spending on health. I was spending on health, medications, hospital bills, this and that. That is a mindset that we really need to change from. And when I got that divorce thing, when I put in that divorce thing, I literally took myself out of the house for about 2 weeks. Within that 2 weeks that I was out of the house, I used that time to reflect because what was I doing? I was looking back into the relationship. And then I realized that the family is still moving. They're still doing everything they want. But yet, I myself, I was there suffering, killing myself. Even when I didn't even give them any form of income whatsoever, they were still surviving. So what exactly was I killing myself for? So I ended up resetting and then went back to the drawing board and then had to address the communication aspect, address some of the financial aspect. And then luckily, you mentioned that financial budget thing. And then I collected that budget list from you that I'm going to use now to then check the budget because I realized that I've wasted a lot of money. I've thrown money in things that really shouldn't have been part of. And then communication, luckily, is taking care of itself gradually. Kids are doing great. New Year's resolution now. By the time they come back from wherever they went through, tomorrow we're going to sit down. We're going to buy that cardboard, and everybody's going to write their New Year's resolution, and we're going to work on it because now it's time to start moving forward.
Vision board.
Vision board or whatever they call it. Even though I used to be very, very I'm kind of a person that procrastinates, but this time I'm saying that's not going to happen anymore. I must make changes because this fear that I've been having it needs to stop because everything is in one's head. It's all fear. And that is what I felt like I've been going through for several years, but I never realized it until that divorce thing kicked in. That became like my reset button right there for me to know that, hey, now change your method, change your strategy, figure out the next way to go. Because I was thinking that maybe if I leave the relationship, then probably I'll go and find another wonderful person. But nothing out there is rose. Whether you like it or not, I will even go and meet the worst one out there. So let me as well try to figure this one out. And that communication is a big thing because it helped me now because now I understood exactly where her perspective was. And she understood where I was coming from. And that's how we are going to align. So it's to put everything back. So that New Year's resolution, yes, luckily, it happened at the very end of the year. So this is pretty much the reset time that next year, everything has to change. We have to align in the right direction for us to live in a wonderful direction, but try to avoid all the toxicity that comes in the relationship. Try to avoid the various, sure, conflict will always come, but minimize it, but take care of yourself first and then the family after. Because if I die now, that health insurance policy that I got, the $1.4 million policy, am I going to be the one to enjoy it? No, they will be the one to enjoy it. So do I want to keep myself for them to get free money and live a wonderful life? Because even though wife says I'm stingy, at the end of the day, I'm stingy for a reason. Because if I don't become stingy, then the money will be wasted somewhere now. It will be lavished, and then we'll start having to sleep on the streets. But to put roof over their head, I have to think in a different direction. So that's how life goes, my dear.
Oh, wow. Well, first, I just want to say thank God that God was able to, restore whatever the devil thought it could do. So that I'm super grateful. And I'm glad to hear that you're doing much better because it definitely can get tough. And that's why I asked that question because I think a lot of people just believe, like, well, if I just do it for the family or for everyone, then I'm fine. But forgetting that your present as a person is very important. And,
You're gonna burn out if you do that. You'll burn out.
right, right. Yeah, so well, I pray that God continue to, be in your home and guide you guys through it. Thank you for sharing.
Okay, just
Yeah.
before Jimmy come here, before you go in, I just wanted to
Mhm,
throw light on what or Richmond you just said.
mhm.
I was watching a Facebook, documentary. It's something like content people create in something, right?
Yeah.
Um, almost in time where Richard is saying, you don't want to forget about yourself. You focus on so much family, family, family. Yes, your family have to survive. But you want to fake everything and put it on your head, and you don't want to have rest for yourself. Oh, my children got to go to university, they got to go to school, they got to get this one, they need this one, they need this one, and all that sort of things. And you start to compile them on yourself. It will lead you into a different situation. Hypertension, the stress will come up, and all other things. So I will watch something when I'm less busy, when I'm doing nothing much. I'm home. I take my phone and just stroll through Facebook and just listen to some of the people that are creating content. And some they are laughable. You laugh with it. Some are they are funny, but you take meaning from them. So this guy,
Mhm.
uh, he's going on with this young lady, but apparently she's in university and her fees are high, and then he's working, but he's taking all his income. So she called in to him. Oh, Richmond, I need some material for the school. And he said, oh, why is it? How much it costs? She said, well, it's so much, I don't even know. Then he told the girl, any amount, just let me know. We will get it solved. So the lady told him, look, do not force yourself. If you don't have it, do not force yourself. I understand. He said, no, I will try. Don't bother yourself. So fast forward, he went home and told his mother, about the situation. The mother said, but you don't have it. He said, no, I will manage it. I will take my little penny and do it. And then the mother told him something. And I took it as very serious. She gave him a piece of advice. And I wrote it down. She said, love should not turn a man into a shadow.
Mm.
And I started to think, what is she trying to say? Love should not turn a man into a shadow. What is she trying to tell her son? The later I come to understand, she went further. You don't have to focus yourself on her so much and forget about yourself. Forgetting about your own well-being, knowing that you need to survive because this is your last penny that you taking out to go and give for and just waiting for the next harvest or whatever for you to get another money again. But she's taking this entire month. So do not focus on someone's achievement of their life or their happiness and forget about your own happiness. Now, in short, do not focus on someone else's happiness and forget about your own happiness. And that's exactly what the reset business came in. There's time you want to focus on people's happiness, and for me, I take you from that. I took it to be very serious, and I
Yeah.
also put it in my shoes. Why should I take other people's happiness over myself? Shouldn't I prioritize my own life first before I prioritize someone else's life?
Yeah.
Shouldn't I provide prioritize my own well-being before I prioritize somebody own? So you have to reset. And I'll let you know too, myself resetting my button.
Yeah.
I'm trying to recalibrate and focus my attention on myself, and then focus my attention on those who are that immediate in my cycle. But I'm not going to get someone's attention so much, put my attention on somebody so much, and forget about myself. You're gonna die. Because if you get frustrated, like Richmond said, he got frustrated. It was just an intervention of God.
Yeah.
That's why his marriage didn't dissolve. Because probably he was so frustrated and he wanted to let the whole blow everything go to hell. Let everything go out. Let you go away and let you go away. But that's why it's good for the show, because he says something key. I remember we discussed the issue of the financial aspect, but we need to budget. We need to come to budget. For me, finance is my own area. So, like, even though I don't have much time to talk on that show that time because I was out, but it's very good that you budget yourself. Know your spending limit, where you want to go with your income. What are you making in your money, and how you want to spend it, and how you want the result to come out. You don't want to just spend money, and at the end of the day, you have nothing to show for. I pause that on a note.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. I think this show is really good tonight. Super excited for it. I hope everybody will watch it that are not live and just, before crossing over. Well, welcome to the show, Jimmy. How are you?
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh yeah, I'm okay. Thank you everyone for your input. Rich man, I heard your story, man. Andrew, Anna, I didn't hear yours. I probably came after you. You have said what you gotta say, but I'm happy to be here for the short time that the show will be on.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we talked about you want to contribute?
Why not?
Okay. Go ahead. So pretty much it says, oh my gosh, that thing is running so fast. Let me read the topic up here. New year and new direction. Should your reset or resolution start with an individual plan or a family plan? And so far, we've discussed, just to kind of recap, the purpose of resetting, which is where you kind of meta in the case of individual plan. We just passed that. So now we're talking about the case for a family plan. Like, I think we kind of touch on that too with everybody responses, but we can just go in depth of that a little bit. What is the let me see how I should phrase this. So family functions as a system and one person decision affect everyone, right? And we all know, like at the beginning of the show, I told everyone this platform core belief system is basically based on Christianity. I know I gotten some DM that people say, well, why do I always focus on everything we respond is always about God and God? And I take that maybe that's a new person coming to this platform. So I wanted to go back and reiterate to everyone, if you're new here or whatsoever, this platform is it's not that we don't discuss anything that relates to other religion or whatsoever. I think everybody' opinions is important and it's good to listen to it. But I just want to let you know that this platform will always be aligning with Christianity, and everything that I say or whoever that are Christians say on here will be aligning with those teaching. So I just want to put that out there. And if it's something that doesn't align with you or you don't want to, I'm not kicking you off of the platform, but you have a choice to make. So I just want to make that clear before we go into this one. So based on our belief system and everything we know, the men always, I don't care what society is trying to preach or whatsoever, is the head of the household, which means the man is to lead, protect, and provide in every, not just financially, but in every capacity that a man that man believe his leadership role that God has put him in there. So based on that, I just want to like hear from you guys. So, as a family, and you're jumping into January, we're resetting, we're reevaluating, and a family will know function as a system unit. It's not just one person. How would you say a man of the household should start the year for to set the foundation for that year for the family?
Well, first of all, Merry Christmas to Anna. I don't think,
So Anna, really?
and to our viewers. I I pretty much spoke to you. Okay, Merry Christmas to Richmond because he was in on the call as well. So, well, as we
Christmas.
hit the reset button for the new year, your plan must first be of yourself because you are you, and there is none other than you. Whatever you do in life affects you first before it affects anyone. Um, if you plan your life around yourself and you become successful at it, whoever is connected to you will automatically um benefit. Okay. And as we go into 2026, 2020, I'm not yet encouraging anybody to be me. No, but I want you to think about yourself. Like I am trying to do. When I saw this topic, I said, okay, I think I am inside this topic. So even if it is 1 minute, I have to jump in and say what I have to say. Listen, many times we try to carry the burden of the whole world and it weighs us down. It stops us from accomplishing our personal goal. I heard Richmond how he was struggling to meet family needs and everything. He ended up at the hospital, and a whole lot went on with him. And he realized that even the time that he wasn't working, those people were still living their normal life. Look, somebody said this, and I want to say it too. They said the world has never stopped because of one man's death. Think about all the great people that have died. The world did not stop for a minute. It keeps, you know, revolving. It keeps evolving. So when you focus too much on other people, and when I'm talking about other people, I'm not talking about your kids, your wife. No, that's not, or your husband. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those extended family. They are the one that most of the time, you know, take a lot out of us, and if we're not careful, stop us from accomplishing our real aim and objective because their problems will never finish. Their problems will never finish. They, they always make it up. Even if it doesn't exist, they always make something up because they think that, you have it and you owe them something. And if we keep going and doing that, we will end up in vicious cycle, doing the same thing but and not achieving anything. We just go around and yeah, and then we come back to the same point. Go around and come back to the same point. No personal progress. And at the end of the day, those are the same people that will say, "Oh, all the time you spend abroad, all the time you spend abroad." You know. So what we can do is we make our plan for us, and then make an alternative plan for the rest of the world. You see, because you try to accomplish yours and then look at the plan that you have for the world, and the world include the other people, even those who are not related to you, those who are outside of your relation. But first, let's say the first 6 months of 2026, this is what I want to achieve by myself, for myself. 2026 is one year that I've told myself in advance that if I would take vacation 3 times, I would do it because I think I deserve it. You know,
Absolutely. You work hard, play hard.
at the same time, not ignoring the things and the people that matters the most to me. But let it be about you. If you are married, when I'm using the word you, I'm talking about your wife and your children, or your husband and your children. They are your priority. Whatever plan you make for yourself, you are making it for them. The rest of the other people can wait.
Mhm.
Well, I will stop there. The people in the comment section can deal with me.
Thank you so much for that. I mean, I had nothing to add to that thing you laid out right there and then. I'm loving this tonight. Wow, the time is flying. So, we're just gonna jump to this one. Does anybody want to add to that, or we can keep it moving? I think Jimmy really said it all already. So if they don't like it, kick rocks. I'm just kidding. Oh man. So let's go to this one. So let's talk about practical steps that people can take since we're wiring down to the hour. What is something that you could list like 2 or 3 things that you think can really that you've done to really help you stay committed to that reset button and those things that you've listed on your reset button to get it done, like regardless of whatsoever. I don't care what it is, I am getting it done, and it got done. Like, what is something you can give people? Because I think people really get excited because it's all emotion. You got into the new year, out with the old, in with the new. Everybody is just like pumped up, and then boom, after January. Usually, it's not even after January. I would say after the second or third weeks, everybody's back to who they are and everything. And I'm not saying you should create a whole new persona, but what are some of those things that you've done that you believe, if you look back, that have really worked for you, that you think whoever is making this decision this new year, which I know the whole world is going to be practically doing that, how can it stay true to those commitment? Like, what are some things you can list and how they can stay committed to that? I'm gonna let you go. I have some I could share if you don't want me to go first. I can. One thing I would say, um, assessing your own ability. It's absolutely the key for me. Like, I would say one thing, especially most of my life, along with my kids or my job. And I would say assessing my ability has been one thing. For example, I told you guys this year was something that I really told myself I needed to go back and complete my program, and get my master's. I know over the year I always said it, but I always will look at my work schedule and I look at my kids, things I got to do if I come from work, like things I'm juggling with. And I would never, ever, ever get there. But this year, something that I did different was that not think about what I'm supposed to do, right? These things are things I have to do anyways. I have to be a mom, I have to be a wife, I have to be everything. And then I also told myself, there's 24 hours, 7 days a week. Everybody has the same thing. How can I carve out time to make sure I do this? And not just, and my worry was I didn't want to just get any grades. I want to be on the dean list. I don't want to graduate um with just regular. I want to graduate with honors. So, which means I have to put a lot of time into the work that I got to do. So, I started figuring out, okay, this is what I do on each day. How do I cut those time off to make sure every day I read my material, or when I'm at work, my lunchtime, do this. So, I was able to do that. And literally, I'm only left with 6 credits to complete. And this is a program that's supposed to be done within 2 years. So I'm definitely patting myself on the back, because with everything that's happened this year and being able to do that, and I did make dean list, you guys. So I was like, yeah, go Felicia, go Felicia. So that's something I will share and just say, just know that everybody has 24 hours, 7 days in a week. You need to really assess your ability, like in whatever you're doing, and carve off those time and make those things that you want to do a priority as well. Instead of saying, well, I have this to do, I have this, well, I can't. That's what I will only share that because for the sake of the time. If anybody else has something else to share.
Well, for me, all I did was just pretty much put it on my mirror. I basically find what I dislike the most that I want to change, because I use it as a research for my brain. I pretty much take it as a reverse psychology. So I put it there, so that way it is in the location and the paths that I'm going to walk through. So if I see it going and coming back, I know, okay, that is something that I have to change, whether I like it or not. It just helps me to stay in line. So that's one. But then also, like I said, overcoming that fear that if I make a decision, if I say I want to do something, then I have to avoid getting any form of distraction that's going to prevent me from getting there. So if I say I want to do something, then at that point in time that I said I want to do it, I need to go do it. Because if I wait 30 minutes to an hour later, or even 5 minutes later, something else is going to come up that will take my mind away from there, which is going to prevent me from achieving that goal and causing me to procrastinate. So those are the two things that I did. But the other one that I'm trying to do is to pretty much create that financial goal and then clear out every single thing from this past year. All properties, at least I intentionally, no matter how much I loved my truck, I sold the truck. I got rid of the truck. I said, no way. You're not going to be my downfall this year. I got rid of that truck already. And then the properties, I already put all of them up for sale, because I know that was part of my bring down, because thinking that I need to have one property for each of the family members, because I literally went and I made sure that I had at least 5 properties because everybody had to have one property. That was what was in my head. But that was the wrong decision. So I've put all properties up for sale except the family house. That's the only one I kept. So
Nice. Well, kudos to you. Look at you getting it done before you even cross over. I love it. I love it. That's good. Anybody else want to add anything? What's something that's worked for you that you think our listener might will benefit from? If not, I have a list of stuff I could just share. So, since there's a cricket in the room, let me do it quick so we can close.
Please give Anna a chance.
Well, Anna is not responding. It's almost 11. Where is Anna?
But for the viewers, write down what your thoughts are because it will help you. And also get a journal. Because
Right.
I used to do that before and it actually works because at least you put your thoughts in there. And like they say, if you write things down, you remember it a lot better. So get a journal, put it by the side of the bed. If possible, put another journal in your vehicle. Basically, any location where you know is more like your relaxation spot or that you daily, every day you go to, put a journal close by there because things might come up in your mind that you just need to write down and that will help you remember and stick to it.
I
Um,
agree.
um, before we do that, because I think um this is the last show that we are having.
No, tomorrow.
I mean, no, I'm talking about this week for this
Yeah.
year, this
Oh,
weekend.
yeah.
This weekend is the last show. So why not people do or look at their checklist for 2025? What did you accomplish on your list for 2025? And what were you not able to to accomplish? Then you carry that forward. That which you weren't able to accomplish, you carry it forward to 2025. If it is still important to you, you could make it a priority for 2025. Or if not very, very important, you know, you can put it at the middle or at the bottom or, you know, any part of your list for 2026. So I just wanted to, like do a review of 2025, and see what you accomplished on your list, and then what is your new plan for 2026.
I agree. That's a really good one. And something I was listening to the radio, I think this was like a year or something ago. And one of those shows that people call in, and there was a lady, she's like, well, I just decided not to do this whole thing anymore because every time I do it, every day I feel bad because I didn't do it. I don't want people to think like just because you wrote it down, that means it's gonna get done. Just always pray that God gave you, as long you woke up another day, that's your opportunity to get started. So you don't have to just quit it. Just start baby steps. It could be, well, I want to read a chapter of the Bible a day, right? I'm just giving you guys an example, right? For me, that was something that I wanted to do last year, not this year. That was something I told myself I need to stay committed and do it. I started it up until like April. Then my life got busy. Then I just like dinged out. So something I did this year, there's an app that every hour, literally, you don't have a choice because your phone's always with you. Every hour you get a scripture that popped up, and you're forced right there to read it. So this year, I was so pumped on doing it and just staying committed to it. And I'm glad I found that app. So, you guys, there are things out there you could do. And even with the notepad, too, you could put that on your calendar. And every morning before you wake up, it will pop up to remind you, kind of like an alarm. So, we have so many ways that we can help ourselves to accomplish these things that we want to do instead of us sitting back. So, I just thought I'd share with you guys for that one. Um, let's go over something. So as a family, we already talk about the importance of doing things together, having your own individual meeting to visit those individual things. I think even though some people say, well, I have my individual thing, I don't share it, I just keep it to myself and it helped me. But I think when you're married and you have your own individual plans, I think it's great before you jump into the family plan, you each sit down and just tell each other, because I feel like that's a great way to hold each other accountable for those personal things to help you out, because that's your helpmate. Your husband is your helpmate, your wife is your helpmate in everything you do. So I think it would be helpful if you already plan out what you want to do. And now when you speak it out loud and that person is there to remind you, because I know my husband always remind, I thought you said this year you were going to do that. And I'm like, yeah, I said I was going to do that. So, at least you have someone who's like your accountability partner. They can keep reminding you when you're not committed to it. So that would be something that I can share with you guys. I would say it's helpful. It helped me. I think it's always good to have one personal goal that you must accomplish every day, one family value you want to strengthen. That'll be something I would say people should put on the list. One conversation you've been avoiding. So everybody know there's something, either it's with your spouse, your siblings, or at work or something. You just like, nope, I'm not talking about it. So I think that's something that you should always try to do. The reason I think this is important is because as we're living and life is really right in our face these days as an adult, like you really get to see everything. People are not living long anymore. People are not here any longer than you think. So every conversation you need, if it's something that's really needs to be had, try to be the bigger person and engage in that conversation. If it's something that if it's okay, let me put it this way. If it's weighing you down to the point where it's affecting you, I would say put your best foot forward and try to engage in that conversation. Because I will tell you guys, the day before Christmas, one of our cousin, I mean, our family is still in shock, like still in total disbelief. Even me, I'm still like not believing this, but that is the reality because the funeral is being planned. Like she was not, I mean, it was just a sudden death. I'm looking at my messenger, I'm seeing all these messages the day before Christmas that, oh, this person was like, oh, I had a headache, went to the hospital, and now they pronounce her dead. Like, what? It's so confusing. Not a major illness, just, I have a headache. Maybe I should go get it checked. And then next thing, they're not here. So life is really right in our face. That's the word I want to say. I don't want to say short or long. We don't really know how the length of life, for me, in my opinion. I don't think anybody knows the length of life. Only God knows. So I know we use the cliche word all the time. Life is short, life is short. But nobody knows. But life is right in your hand, right here. So every day is you have to put your best foot forward. If it's something you want to accomplish, make sure you stay committed to it and don't be distracted from that. And then one last thing that I will say that's on this list is one boundaries that will protect your growth. We all know most of the time things that really hinder our growth or us really accomplishing those goals is not setting boundaries. If you set boundaries, even you yourself, you can set boundaries against yourself from hindering your growth. So I would say set one, just one. Maybe you can progress to that, but set one boundaries that you know will hinder that reset that you're trying to accomplish and see how far it goes. So with that being said, I'll leave it there and see if anybody else want to add. If not, we can go into closing and you guys can give your parting words. Anybody want to add anything else? All right, Nat. So it has been a really great conversation. Did you want to add anything to the list, Andrew, that people should add to their growth or things like that?
Well, me, everything I think you all have said, everything that's supposed to be said here tonight. And like I usually say, these things we do here, we are not special. These topics we discuss, but we bring it out so that whatever we personal experience will bring it out for people to learn from it, so they can build on it. So you all have said everything. It's so important that you have said it. If I have anything to add on it, just to prioritize the things you want to do. Focus on yourself. Do not neglect your family too as well. Focus on them. Be sure that you don't hurt yourself or hurt your family.
Yeah.
Because growing up, we used to watch it on television, and it still goes around. It said drive with care.
Mm-hmm.
Because the life you save may be your own.
True.
So growing up, listening to seeing our advertisement on television every time, I try to always be careful of what I do. Because if you do something that will make you to leave, the people you are working for or protecting, trying to do, they're gonna be here, and you'll be a gunner.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that person. It's good that you work towards your own goal, achieve it, and be sure that you do your things according to God's plan, not your own plan. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anybody else wants to give their closing?
Yeah, for me, I'm just gonna say plan for the future, but plan wisely. Care for yourself because you're always gonna be the number one. Everything else comes second, including the family. So care for yourself, care for your health because it's very important. Also, plan for the future by documenting what your plans are. Because just having it in your head and thinking about it does not help and does not keep you focused and direct on it. But if you write it down, then that way you would at least be able to have something to go back to. Do keep a journal because that journal will help you remember what your thoughts were. It's like a mini mental note that you can write in there for you to at least focus on it. Retain that alarm system or notification database that will pretty much remind you every day. So at least that way you will remember all the goals. After you've written your vision board and everything, you've created it, take a picture of it, put it as a reminder to remind you to always go check it every day. That will help you. Also, ensure that you stay healthy because number one is always your health. That is what's going to drive everything else. Because if you're not healthy, then at the end of the day, you're going to get tired, you're going to get fatigued, you're pretty much going to get stressed out, and that is how it's just going to be trickling down the lane. So take care of your health, because that should always be your number one on your list. When you create that list, best way to do it is write the most important things as number one to whatever, and then just keep on going from most important to least important. So at least that way you can tackle it one step at a time. And when you create that goal, create a realistic goal.
Yeah.
Don't go and say you want to travel to Kilimanjaro, and yet you don't even have any means of getting there. You don't even have a job or a financial strategy to get there. Things don't work that way. So create a realistic goal that you know you can accomplish. And while you create that goal, even if you start now, make sure that you have the necessary resources in place, or figure out or write exactly how you're going to be able to get those resources or whatever is needed to accomplish that goal. So just create it like a family tree, kind of, well, pretty much like a pyramid. It's going to be
Right.
like a pyramid, because whether you like it or not, the main important thing is always going to be at the top. And then from that pyramid, there's always going to be branches on each side that is going to help you accomplish that particular thing that is put on the top. That would help you get there. Even me that is talking right now, even though I'm thinking about it on my head, the good thing is me saying it here, it will enable me to go back and go and watch this video for me to then write it down when that time comes by tomorrow morning. Or I might actually do it tonight. So those are the various ideas that I believe will help you out. But also, always remember that a lot of times you might not be able to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
Have that friend or have that family member that would also hold you accountable. Because a lot of times we as individuals, we can create that goal, but we'll always deviate because something else would always come in that will hinder us from remembering and just cause us to feel down, and we wouldn't even care anymore because we'll feel like things are not working. Constant, uh, basically, how do they even say that thing, Seth? You got to stay constant on it, because repetition will help you get there. But if you fall out just because of a minor thing, that friend, that is a true friend, at least be there to help guide you, help motivate you, and put you back on track. So that way you can accomplish that goal. And like Jimmy had said, right now will be the best time for you to at least review what your goals were for 2025. And then with that, check what you accomplished and those that you did not accomplish. And then the ones that you did not accomplish, figure out exactly or write down why you did not accomplish it and what will you do differently. That is going to be equivalent to your reset, because that would help you to figure out how to ensure that you get that accomplished for the next year. So that way you can already start planning ahead. There's enough time. You have, like, what? Right now is the 27th. So you practically have 4 days to have that prepped in preparation for next year. And then take that in prayer. When you go for your night vigil, doesn't mean that when the time comes now, in place of going to spend it with God, you go and carry yourself to go down to a bar or liquor store or party and stuff, and you go and ruin your life, because that's the beginning of this thing, your downfall. Because the way you start your year is going to determine how exactly it flows. So take that list, even if it means you having to pray to God in your house on that list, do that. Or if it means you taking it to church for the crossover service, take it with you and pray over it. So that way, everything will start off the right way. Everything always starts with God. So that way, you can be able to accomplish that goal and just stay consistent. The triple C's, like I've always been told: Consistency, consistency, consistency. That is always how things go. If you stay with that, I believe things will turn out well. We are always
Exactly.
here for you, and this show, no matter how we say things, sometimes it might be difficult for you to hear, but believe you me, the hardest decisions is always the ones that we need to take because that's the one that will always change our lives and save us. So please, this show is meant to help you. And if you ever feel like you need a friend or you need someone to talk to or you need someone that will be there to motivate you, we are always here. We can motivate you and you can also be our motivation. You never know. That's the reason why we are here. We are pretty much like a family because we will always be there for you the same way we expect you to be there for us. I rest my case.
Thank you so much for that. You guys, y'all are getting a lot of good stuff before. And y'all getting there. Let me see. When is New Year's Day? Y'all getting there at least like 4 days in advance. Is it 4 or 3 days? 4 days. So y'all better start working. I hope y'all have your pen. Let's hear from Jamie. What's your closing?
Well, have Anna close.
We can't hear from Anna. She's not
Yeah.
saying anything.
Thank you, Rich Man, for that, brilliant closing. Um, One thing I want people to really change about them, you don't have to, but think about it, pray about it, is first thing is this year, those who, you know, make this extravagant spending, okay, especially when you don't have a consistent source of income, or you are depending on handout, that means depending on people to give you, make use of what they gave you in 2026. Spend it to establish yourself. Years ago, I think I said this on the show here before, that I stopped giving people who ask me for money to celebrate their birthday.
Yeah.
I stopped responding to these kind of requests.
I'm gonna join you to the 2026. That's on my list.
Just
Don't
like my
ask
wife
me.
told me I'm stingy. That's how I like it. Let me be
I'm
stingy.
joining you, so I hope they're watching. I'm joining him.
you know, listen, when God spares your life to see another year, the greatest celebration is to
Fee,
go.
we my own password before.
You know, it's it's to go to the very God and say thank you for another year. You know, but you don't do that.
Right.
You ask people, they give you money, and you go spend it on alcohol.
Mhm.
You spend it on something that brings no return on investment to you, and the next
Thank
day
you
you
for
go.
that badging against Lee.
And, and the next day, no, but you see, that's why, when I was speaking, I talk about vicious cycle. You keep going, you keep going in vicious cycle, you keep going around the same thing, and
Yeah.
you keep complaining that the country is hard, the government, there's no job, there's no job. You should create your own job.
Yeah. That's true.
Imagine spending $200 or
Liberian American dollar, right?
American dollars to fix hair on a
Makeup.
head.
Make
on
her
a
you want
head,
wash her.
yeah, on a head that has no creativity, that had no motivation in it. You,
In Liberia, people spending that for hair. I thought
yeah.
it's cheaper.
No, no. They go for the expensive hair, the iPhone. Imagine somebody holding $1,200 phone, an $800 US phone, in their hand, and they are begging you for data.
My phone, if I tell you how much my phone call, I might pay for my bill your whole life. I'm cheap.
So Jimmy, just before you conclude, it just brought to mind. I was advising a friend today on a whole issue. She wants to buy an iPhone Pro Max 17 Pro Max for her little sister back in Liberia. So both of us were talking about it today. She went somewhere to check, they causing her, she could take it on account and then she would pay around 74. Some people gave her option pay 112, some people gave her this one. So I said, let's check on Amazon. So we check on Amazon. The Pro Max 17 is about 2,000, let's say almost $3,000. Then the place they want to give it her,
What?
saying around some 1,008 or something. So I asked the question.
Does it come with a gold mine or a diamond mine?
I don't know. So I asked the question: do you really need to buy iPhone 17 Pro Max for your little sister? She said yes. I said, but then why are you complaining about the payment? No, I just want to set it. I want to set it in my budget to make sure it fit in my budget because I don't want it to go up. I said, no. No, you see, some of those things you need to tell the people uprightly. Tell your little sister. Here, the country we're in, it's not easy. You can't because you iPhone Pro Max 17, that one like the latest one. You want it? So I try to advise her, but then again, when people minds are made up, to do certain things, that's what they do. So I just left it roll. I said, well, you decide. She's gonna check again tomorrow or the rest of the day to see how best she can get the iPhone Pro Max 17 to send it Labrador to her little sister. I said, do you really need to send that phone to her? Is she demanding you to send it? You don't tell her X, Y, and Z. Anyway, Jimmy, go ahead, my brother. I just thought to say that because you talk about iPhone.
Yeah, my brother. You see, the thing there, the sense I'm trying to make here is that don't live a life that you are not making.
Right.
You know, it is the same mentality that will be in people at the end of the day when they actually start working, then they start to live above their income.
Yeah.
If you are a student going to school and somebody is helping you, keep being a student. Keep being a student. My daughter, when she was graduating, she made her list. I look at the list, I pick the things that she need.
Right.
I said, this one I will do, this other one I will not do. The day you start working and making money, you can do it for yourself. It's not that I'm not able to do it, but I don't want
Yeah.
I don't want to give her that impression of getting things that she want over the things that she need.
Right.
You see? So as we enter 2026, have a change of mind. How can I be financially independent? How can I be financially stable? You know, make achievable goals. Achievable goals. Don't make a goal that is bigger than, I hear people say, oh, they say if your dream is not bigger than you, no, that's not a rationale.
It was so long life be bigger than you. Go.
If it is bigger than you can afford, it's going to weigh you down. because it's too heavy for you to carry. But make an achievable, set an achievable goal. Okay? For example, you are out of high school. How can I forward my education? How do I raise the fund? Then when you raise the fund, you are able to start school. Even if it is vocational school, learn something that will bring in money that you will use now to go to the university. Achievable goal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, thank you for the topic. I got too much to talk. If I keep talking, we'll not move from here to there. And
Well, we'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow just be an open show. We can discuss anything we want to discuss. I want to make it open since
yeah,
that will be the last show of the year. So it won't be a specific topic. We'll just have an open, conversation about the year and things like that. So we can further discuss this if you want to bring it into the New Year stuff.
yeah, it's actually necessary.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much. It looked like Anna fell asleep,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
good.
okay. Yeah, thank you everybody. You gave your closing, right, Andrew?
If
Yes, I did. I did.
Okay, all right. Let me give mine, and I don't know today. I don't know. I'm sleepy already. I should be alert.
no, it's not like that.
Really? It'll take me a while.
I know that's what a graveyard shift does.
Oh my goodness, it's so bad. I'm getting adjusted,
Anna,
but
wake up. Anna, wake up.
it's okay. Anna's tired of children. They can give people a headache. So I just want to. There's a comment in here, and I'm not really interested in entertaining it, so I'm just letting it be. Um, that's why I didn't want to post it there. But I don't know if you guys can see the comment on the
No,
side. You can't see it on the side.
I don't see it from my end. I'm using my phone.
I'm gonna put it out so y'all can just. But we don't have to discuss it. Just for y'all to look at what somebody's posting. I don't know who this person is. Oh
Yeah,
man.
that is far from what we're discussing. That
Right. I don't know what he's talking about.
God put
So
a curse on black people for not doing the
That
commandment.
you and your like you the one God put that curse on. What wrong with you?
That's irrelevant. Besides, he's supposed to
huh?
put he's supposed to put comments based off the topic being spoken about.
Right. I don't know what he's talking about. I'll put it back if you don't want really read it.
I think that man
I
is.
get it.
I think that
It,
person is even
it
was
makes
even
no
drunk tapping
sense.
that thing. Where did God put us doing
On
10
black
commandments?
people.
See the one he put here again. See the other one.
Yeah. Oh God. I've
Don't
been
start
reading it and just like, what is he talking
don't
about?
The Sabbath is Saturday night, Sunday. Don't eat pork, shrimp, crabs, lobster. Men don't shave your head and beards off. Like, really?
So why
Sheesh.
is this his beer shift?
Well,
Yeah.
if you notice, a lot of times that's something that you always notice. There's gonna be people that out
I
of the
know.
random will come into your podcast just to try and throw some tantrum in there to deviate you away from really what it's about.
I know.
Thank
That
God,
is
say we
why
use you
that
to
is
the end of
why
the show.
like it makes no sense.
But it just made
But
me
this
laugh.
one is
Like, why
really
is his
funny.
head shaved? His beard is shaved. If you're gonna put that, why are you putting that there? What?
That's the reason why my ignoring game is top notch. And if you notice every time I always put a disclaimer because at the end I
you
don't care
coming to us, you, you you coming to us with low haircut and beard shave, and then you telling us not to cut our own. Who does that?
That's hypocrite right Say one,
Because
two.
of that. I've been holding it here. I've been holding it. I've been reading it, just laughing in my head.
Let me want to hear Julian from he want us to look very old, very Asian, and then he will be there shining.
Oh man, it's too funny on the internet. But
Oh,
this
man,
was an
guys.
amazing show. I want to say
Maybe
thank you.
he's probably trying to do like that Ghanaian one. You know that Ghanaian minister,
prophet?
the prophet that went and built ark,
Richard,
and
The one that built
this money went and buy Mercedes Benz.
Richard,
I call it angry Ghanaian.
Say tomorrow Sunday, let's go into that one tomorrow.
Yeah, no, tomorrow.
I get my take on that one too as well.
angry Ghanaian profile in a
Tomorrow is an open show. We'll talk about anything. We'll just be jumping around talking about anything.
Do you know one Liberian guy who left Liberia and went to live in that act because they were welcome to it?
Listen, you guys, where I get all that one from? I've been missing that one.
I'm told that Andrew friend.
Then you really missing Margo. Why you looking for plane ticket to come out for?
I'm told that they even convinced Andrew, but he made his flight. That's all.
I'm not easily carried away when you come to look at nothing. What do you mean?
Oh man.
All right, guys.
All right, thank you guys so much.
But we need to find time and discuss that on topic that she put out there.
Don't worry. Maybe we'll start it with a new year. Bring some fire. We're starting the new year. But I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. I know the schedule, timing, everything's been crazy. But everybody still end up making it here. In the beginning of the show, I was talking about, hopefully by the grace of God, we can bring back our Bible trivia. I think it was one part of the show that I really enjoyed. It was fun that we did this year. And who knows what else will happen in the new year by God's grace. But I want to leave everybody with this final thought. The new year does not require perfection, so don't try to be perfect. And the only thing the new year requires is that you be intentional, honest, and be aligned with whatever it is you're trying to do. That is all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you share the show with your friends, family, to read it. I think there were some really good things in here that everybody could. And if you have anything you want to share, you can put it in the comment section. But don't come back here and telling us about shaving and your shave. Please. Like, just forget about that one. Don't come here. Telling us that we're not supposed to shave or wear pants or whatsoever, and you're doing the same. Stop. Just stop. But that's all I have to say. Thank you. Y'all have a blessed night. And tomorrow is an open show. So everybody come with whatever you want to discuss. So we can do it.
Let's start our show earlier tomorrow, maybe by 8 p.m.
Yeah, we can start early tomorrow. We can start early.
10 o'clock you came here today on.
Yeah, because tomorrow.
We can do 6 p.m. We can do 6 p.m. since it's an open show.
We're not doing no 6 p.m.
Yeah. When the show starts late, it gives some of us a lot of hard time to join.
Yeah.
Because
I know.
some of us are early to,
You go to bed early. You.
Early to bed, early to rise kind of people.
For you. I know tomorrow's church, so let me let y'all go. But yeah, that's something too where I'm looking at. It's just everybody's schedule over. If I do 6, some might not make it on, So I try to. But tonight, definitely I will leave because I'm dealing with my people's here. I don't like them to be up when I'm doing the show. They're
Oh my
distracted.
God. I have a testimony for that.
They are disturbing me. So I be trying to get him away from me so I can be.
You guys say rich man una can learning.
Don't worry,
When you doing?
guys. Thank
All
you
right,
for the
y'all have
show.
a blessed night. I
Okay,
see you
now.
guys tomorrow by His grace. All
You
right.
want to
Good
talk behind the
night.
scene.
Oh, let me end the show. Why is it not ending?